The keywords in these questions are indicators, endpoint, titration, large sudden change, and not. Most keywords remind us of a concept about the titration curve. The concept of titration curve is the same whether you mix an acid with a base or a base with an acid. Essentially, the unknown acid or base is in a flask. This is called the titrate. Now you then drip the standard solution from the burette into the flask. The solution in the burette is called the titrant. The x-axis shows the progression of the titration. It can be time or volume of the titrant. The y-axis shows the pH of the mixed solution. To draw a titration curve, first you must determine the pH of the titrate. That's the starting pH. For example, if your pH is NaOH, the starting pH is high, say pH of 13. Second, you must find the pH of the titrant. This is the pH of the end when you have excess amount of titrant. Example, your titrant is a strong acid of pH 1. Third, you decide the neutralization point. This is usually just the middle point. So in our example, middle between 13 and 1 is 13 minus 1 divided by 2, then add 1. So that's equal 7. Finally, just connect the 3 points with a funny curve like this, and you're done. The last vocab here is endpoint. The endpoint is when you stop adding more titrant because you think you already reached neutralization. Why waste chemicals? Usually, this means when your indicator change color. Is it the same as neutralization point? No, because indicators change color at a specific pH. You want to choose an indicator that change as close to your neutralization point as possible, but probably can't be exactly the same. Back to our questions. Look like the choice here is between titration of a base with an acid. Well, what are the differences between the choices? This is a weak base. This is a strong base. I know that this is strong because of the OH. This is a weak acid. Remember, the COOH are weak. This acid is strong. So essentially, this question asking whether a mixture between a weak or strong acid or base, which combination will not give you a large sudden change in pH, therefore you cannot use an indicator. While looking back at our titration curve, the sudden change in pH is caused by the difference between your starting titrate and your ending titrant. Therefore, whichever combination give you the smallest differences in pH, that will not give you a large sudden change. So obviously, the weak base and weak acid will have the smallest differences in their pH, and therefore A is your final answer.